Word around the campfire has it that someone's been a very naughty boy. Well, it's only been 3 months since the Labour Party won a landslide election in the UK. But already it seems it's been quite a roller coaster ride for the British people, and many seem to be having buyer's remorse. The new government, the Labour Party, and in particular its leader, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, has been embattled, shall we say, seeming to lurch from one catastrophe to another in quick succession. His responses to the outpouring of anger from the British people and the British public in general to the horrific stabbings in Southport, where he came down like a sword of Damocles on the heads of anyone who was protesting against this heinous act, and in particular the reasons behind it: open borders immigration. It seems to me, if you were an ordinary white working class British person and you had the temerity to even wave a Union Jack in the wrong way, you would end up quickly put into prison. Whereas, on the other hand, if you were a non-English ethnic person or a person of other ethnicities or heritages and you wanted to protest about various other things in the most violent way possible, well, nothing would be done. A slap on the wrist at best, and most likely the police wouldn't even call to your door. The Prime Minister quickly gained a new and rather unflattering nickname of Teir Keir for his seeming double-handed, double standards treatment of ethnic white British working class people and people who were of other ethnicities. But not content with that debacle, he seemed to stumble on to another series of missteps to do with clothing gifts, shall we say, presents from donors that were put down as various expenses. It seems the Prime Minister and various other members of the upper echelons of the Labour Party were receiving generous gifts of clothes, dresses and suits and all kinds of things from wealthy donors. Well, let's just say it was a bad look for Labour. But then, seemingly on a roll, Labour decided they were going to attack the most vulnerable people in British society, the old age pensioners, by taking away their fuel allowance. Yes, in order to fill some black hole of some such in the economy, it was felt that the best way to go about it would be to hit the most vulnerable and the least well-off people, the old age pensioners, the retirees, and take their meagre fuel allowance off them, many of whom it was a lifeline to just heating their homes through often very cold winters, which we get here. Then there is the case of Labour peer and Labour donor Lord Wahid Ali, who was buying, it seems, pairs of spectacles at £240 a pop for Sir Keir, and various other gifts, also including the use of a rather exclusive penthouse for a period of time. Yes, all of this is, well, in one sense, it's amusing, speaking as an outsider and someone who has great empathy and sympathy for my English cousins over there. You really have got yourself a lame duck here. It seems the wheels are coming off this particular governmental wagon faster even than Boris Johnson or even Liz Truss. I mean, that's quite a feat in and of itself. But I have to say, and here's where I need a bit of help from my English cousins here on the channel in the comment section. The internet, social media is a wash, it seems, for the past number of days, with rumours and innuendos and various suggestions about Sir Keir, or some calling him Sir Keir Starmer. I don't know. Is there something coming down the tracks that will even dwarf what we've seen before? Will something explode onto the media that will make what came before seem like a little kid's fairy tale? I don't know. I want to know. It seems there are injunctions, it seems there are super injunctions, and perhaps even super duper injunctions. And of course, the media is very mostly left-wing, and they would see the Labour Party as their allies, if you will, just like we have here in Ireland. Most of the mainstream media, in fact, the vast majority of the mainstream media, print and others, just basically go with the government line. They see them as fellow travellers. They're all in bed together. Well, it seems that a lot of the media in the UK, as the outside observer, is very much keeping a lid on something. Now, some people are suggesting that Sir Keir Starmer is a closet homosexual. Maybe he is, and if so, there's no big deal in that. He could be called Sir Queer Starmer. Again, that could be a rebranding exercise that might even help his fortunes. As you may well know, we here elevated Leo Varadkar, who at one point became the gayest man in Ireland, having never spoken of it before. Well, we elevated him to our premiership. It was seen as a huge advantage. We're so progressive here in Ireland that we deemed it absolutely appropriate that we should have a homosexual Prime Minister. Why not Britain? Is it not the time? Now, I'm not saying that the man is a homosexual or that he even has homosexual tendencies. Perhaps somebody could fill me in on that one. The other rumour floating around the Ethernet is that there was some dalliances going on, some affairs and some other things like that, which may or may not have led to a possible kid or kids involved. Again, who knows? This is floating around the Ethernet. It's all very fascinating. Many people seem to be suggesting that whatever it was pretty much an open secret in parliamentary circles and upper echelons of British society circles. Maybe this is the case. Imagine a politician leading a double life. Why, the idea is absolutely ridiculous. Or a politician not being genuine and truthful with the public, with the electorate, with his own people. Why, I couldn't even imagine such a situation. A politician, really? Not being truthful, not being heartfelt, not being genuine? Why, it's almost hard to take in. So what is going on with Sir Keir Starmer? And what is this supposed big scandal that's about to break like a tsunami crashing across the shore? Does anybody know? Can we talk about it? Are we allowed to talk about it? Will the busies come and take us away in the back of a police car, as they've done with many others who, let's just say, criticised Sir Keir in ways that he didn't like? Will they come and take me away? Will I be extradited for even mentioning these things? Would my own government hand me over if that were the case? Wait a minute. Yes, they would. They would, of course. They'd be glad to get rid of me to Wandsworth for a few months or years or forever. If you have information and would like to share it with me and all the rest of the people who come here on a regular basis, well, feel free to do so. This is free speech land for as long as it lasts.